Today we are going to be breaking down every single cameo, Easter egg, and pop culture reference in Marvel's Avengers Infinity War. Now, if you are watching this video and you have not seen the film, proceed with caution. This will be a spoiler-heavy discussion about some of the best Easter eggs and cameos in the film. All right, are you ready? Let's get into it. First up, Spider-Man has his Spidey sense. Yes, when Thanos' Black Order arrives on the Earth and they send their first ship into the atmosphere over New York City, Peter Parker finally experiences his Spidey senses tingling when the ship arrives. He's on the school bus at the time and is shocked to see an alien spaceship enter over Earth's atmosphere. Now, if you're a fan of Spider-Man, I'm sure you've been dying to see his Spidey senses finally take place on screen. And if you know about his character in the comics, this is definitely an Easter egg. Next, we have the Outriders. The Outriders are the alien creatures that Thanos uses to invade Wakanda. These creatures are new to the cinematic universe. However, they are not new to the comic book universe. They are genetically engineered and are often deployed by Thanos on the worlds that he wants to claim. Next, let's get into some callbacks. Now, there's a very specific quote that Doctor Strange says right after he gives Thanos the Time Stone, and he says something like, "We're in the end game now." This is actually a callback to a line from Tony Stark in Avengers Age of Ultron, when he's talking about creating Ultron as a way to protect the Earth from alien forces.
We're the Avengers. We can bust arms dealers all the live long day, but that up there, that's the endgame.
So, is there a reason Doctor Strange used that phrase endgame? We'll have to pay attention in Avengers 4. Next, and this is probably the funniest callback in the entire film. One of the best conversations in Avengers, the original Avengers, takes place between Tony Stark and Loki. Tony rattles off the team roster. We have your brother, the demigod, a super soldier, a living legend who kind of lives up to the legend, a man with breathtaking anger management issues, a couple of master assassins, and you, big fella, you've managed to piss off every single one of them. Loki retorts by saying that he has an army, to which Tony says,
"We have a Hulk."
Well, if you've seen Infinity War, the tables turn here again, and Loki is actually the one who says we have a Hulk to Thanos. It's a great way to show that Loki definitely has gone from villain to hero. Next, we have the Chitauri. We last saw the Chitauri during the battle for New York in Avengers. They were Thanos' original invading force before the Outriders. During Avengers, Tony Stark wiped them out with a nuclear explosion. They reappeared in Infinity War during a flashback when Thanos was killing the Zahobare people on Gamora's home planet. Next are the cameos. The cameos are obviously the best part of any Marvel movie. Whether you're looking for Stan Lee or characters that have appeared in past films, it is definitely fun to play Spot the Cameo. First up is Stan Lee. Stan Lee is the glue that holds the MCU together. He has made an appearance in every single Marvel film over the last decade. In Infinity War, he is Peter Parker's friendly neighborhood bus driver. He also delivers one of the best lines of the film. "What's the matter? Haven't you kids ever seen a spaceship before?" Next, we have General Thaddeus Ross. This guy can't quit the Avengers. After coming after the Hulk in The Incredible Hulk, he then came after the Avengers in Captain America Civil War. General Ross is the reason Captain America, Falcon, and Black Widow went on the run to become enemies of the state. In Infinity War, he appears as a hologram and asks Rhodey to arrest Cap and co. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Next, we have the Red Skull. This cameo was absolutely the best of the film, one of Marvel's best kept secrets about Infinity War. Seriously, who saw the Red Skull coming back? Red Skull, Captain America's foe in the first Avengers, was last seen holding the Tesseract on his ship. While it appeared that the Tesseract consumed and killed him, it actually transported him to the far reaches of space, specifically the barren planet of Vormir. There he became the ghostly keeper of the Soul Stone, which, as you saw in Infinity War, that was Thanos' final test. Next, we have Eitri the Dwarf. Tyrion Lannister has finally become the Kingslayer. Oh wait, wrong franchise. The wonderful Peter Dinklage made his MCU debut in Infinity War as the Cosmic Forge and Dwarf King Eitri. He helped Thor forge a new weapon, one that could summon the Bifrost and kill a Titan, the Stormbreaker. Next, we have the Collector. The Collector's no stranger to the Marvel Universe. It was still a surprise to see Tanalir Tavan, however, in Infinity War. He appeared briefly in his own collection on nowhere. However, while the actor Benicio del Toro filmed these scenes, his character was technically a mirage, set up by Thanos to dupe the Guardians. Hopefully we see Taneleer again, but judging from the state of his collection, it's possible that he's dead. Lastly, we have the numerous pop culture references made in the film. Usually Star-Lord is making the references, but this time around, Peter Parker and Tony Stark gave Star-Lord a run for his money. First, we have Kevin Bacon and the infamous reference to Footloose. We all remember the dance-off the Guardians had with Ronan in the first Guardians film. This was inspired by Star-Lord's greatest hero, Kevin Bacon. Both the film and the actor were also mentioned in Infinity War. Not only were these great pop culture references, but they were also callbacks to key Guardians moments from the film. Grimace. Thanos is a big purple alien, so he's not hard to make fun of. Star-Lord couldn't resist calling Thanos names, especially names from his own childhood, like Grimace. Grimace was a purple anthropomorphic character in the McDonald's land commercials during the 70s. Seriously, Google it. It's hilarious. Peter Parker is also the king of movie references. If you guys remember his Star Wars reference from Captain America Civil War, Peter referenced aliens this time around when he devised a plan to take down Ebony Maw. The scene he reenacted was from the original Alien movie where Ellen Ripley blew the xenomorph out the side of the ship. If you notice, Groot spent most of Infinity War playing a video game. Typical for teenager trees like himself, the game was Defender, an outer space game that came out in 1981. The game must have come from Peter's stash, which proves that his backpack was a treasure trove of 80s toys. And finally, we have the Squidward reference. Tony Stark called Ebony Maw Squidward, which is both hilarious and so appropriate. If you've seen any episodes of SpongeBob SquarePants, you know all about this character. Squidward is SpongeBob's neighbor and the grumpiest resident of Bikini Bottom. Yeah, I think that pretty much sums up Ebony Maw. There's also one Easter egg that we didn't go into, but we have a whole video explaining the post-credit scene, so please check that out on fandom.com.